Good morning. I figured I would time this just as I am turning off my alarm clock so that, here, the time and date of occurrence is always recorded. So it is July 20th, Tuesday, July 20th at 8:31 in the morning. My name is Mychel Russell Ward of Russell Ward Studio, and I'm making a quick little recording because there's some things going on very shortly. I am about to take my second COVID-19 inoculation, which is important for health, safety, and welfare of individuals here in Owings Mills. And I hope to be acquired by museums very shortly. And then after the museum acquisition takes place and the paperwork is signed and the funds are transferred, I'm sorry, I'm just useless with my morning coffee. Can't think straight unless I've had some coffee. Stay. I expect to move. I expect to move from this location. This is the place that has previously been known as Dream World and has also been known as Russell Ward Studio. I'm not going to bother with this right now. So why am I making a recording for Russell Ward Studio? It's very simple. It's because if you have not applied for rental real estate in a number of months or a number of years, people need to have a firm idea of who you are, what you're doing, and what you're going to be doing in the space. So, Russell Ward Studio primarily makes art. I'm looking at the Matisse unit, which I believe is around 950 square feet, which works about right because Russell Ward Studio artwork is not large in size. The primary artworks that I'm working on right now, depending on project, everything is project-based. I'm working on ink paintings like this. I've got a stack of them here. These are unsold works. So they don't get to be much larger than the size of a typical easel. And I think this is about as large as they get. These are originals. And they tend to be signed on the back. These are recent works. I've just grabbed these pretty much at random. I've got many more of these. I'm a very prolific artist. Let's see. These are the ink paintings largest in size. I have been doing laminate work. Laminate just means taking two things and gluing them together. So because there is at the moment no such thing as my tints in this size, I've had to get creative. This is construction paper that has French watercolor paper on the back. It's the only way to make it stand up and act like my tints paper. Charcoals, just made these a few days ago. And most of the charcoals favor this size and shape. I don't expect these to be showing up at the Met because this was made March 5th of 2021, and it's most likely to wind up at the Vatican or the Museum of Modern Art. I don't know. That hasn't been sorted out yet, but this is the size of what's here and an idea of what would be happening in the space in terms of making paintings and drawings. They're not going to get larger than that. Yes. Also, notebooks. Most of the studies are in this size, approximately 9 by 12, usually notebooks. I also do illustration work. Comic-Con is coming up. Comic-Con is usually a trip to the Javits Convention Center in New York, so Getting there is a matter of taking the train to the Amtrak or the Bolt bus, and then taking that to the Javits Convention Center in New York City. And most of the work that is done for Comic Con, if you involve yourself in Artist Alley, is about this size. I'm not an exhibitor at Artist Alley, so I wouldn't have any of the exhibiting tools like tables and racks with big clamps on them and folding chairs. I don't have any of that, and I don't intend to. I don't do anything involving illustration that doesn't involve more than a portable device because I just can't be bothered. Let's see. Music. Ah, yes. Love music. I have had noise complaints before in Saudi Arabia, and I'm dialing that back, I swear. That's what these are for. You've been warned. Pets. Typically, I'll have a small fish bowl approximately 5 gallons in size. I would choose to have a cat, but I don't have one now, which is why when I met Aiden and he asked about pets, I had to respond in the negative. Let's see, what else? Museum acquisition. I am structuring a museum IPO because I'm so prolific an artist that it's all got to go somewhere, and that somewhere isn't going to be here. I don't know what the museums are going to want because they haven't spoken to me yet. How can I describe it? I don't do business with anybody until the check is signed. Forget check. I prefer things to be paid in advance. I prefer gold bullion. Life is uncertain. Right now, we are in a world of political instability. So I am most likely to have a bank account that has only a few $1,000s in it and a trunk of gold or some such like that, because you never have to worry about the sudden and rapid devaluation of the American dollar having an impact on whether or not you can go shopping for groceries. I'm just not interested in that. It has already occurred to the zloty, and I don't intend to be involved in that happening in the United States. So, since museum acquisition has not yet taken place, no contracts have been signed, no funds have changed place, no funds have changed hands. I'm not going to show up again at the office to meet that lovely Aiden person, wasting his time and energy if I can't pay him. So, making a video showing him what he has to look forward to, what he has to expect from me at Russell Wood Studio, which would be functioning out of a space approximately 900 square feet. Don't need more than that. In terms of artistic work, I'm also a jeweler. Am I wearing? Yes. This I've made. That ring, these rings I've made. This I've made also. I did not make this. This was made in Indonesia. I've made this bracelet. I did not make the watch, obviously. My pearl face croton. I love this watch. I'm not going to get involved in any of that further. Uh, I have not maintained a jeweler's bench since I was living in the South Bronx, using a mixed use space. I am a ceramicist, I am a potter, and my needs for pottery are filled by having a membership at the Walters Art Museum. Take a bus downtown, solve my problems that way. Walters Museum has a basement that has a full studio that normally only is used by educators and children. So use that or another downtown studio. Makes life quite a bit easier. Um, what else? I can't really think of anything else. If you have any questions or concerns about myself, about previous habits, rental behaviors, expected income, which is absolutely your most important concern, do not hesitate to ask me. What can I tell you about my background, my academic background? I have a bachelor's degree in economics from Connecticut College. I am a corporate tax attorney, which means when I'm not making art or ceramics, I'm writing tax policy. Not right now. Maybe later. Mm, I don't think much else is really relevant at this time. So, if you have any other questions, concerns, do not hesitate to contact me. I'll be happy to provide you with any information that you may require. And other than that, I am packing and waiting for acquisition papers to come through. And I believe 10 minutes is about all one requires. Have a lovely day.